Good morning. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing this morning? Happy Monday morning to you all. Welcome into the live. It's the morning of Monday, the 12th, is it? No, the 11th, I think. The 11th of March of 2024. And this morning, we are going to be continuing with our journey here of reading the Bible from beginning to end. For those of you who are just coming, a very special welcome to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I sincerely appreciate you. Now, if you are new here and you are not sure what goes on over here at this time of the morning, let me bring you up to speed. So, I am on a journey to read the Bible from the beginning to the end. Not because of any religious conviction or otherwise, but because probably I'm looking for that conviction. I'm not sure. But considering the fact that the Bible was presented to me as my moral authority, and I was indoctrinated, let me say, into following the Bible, but only certain aspects of the Bible was presented to me, I have decided that, well, if I need to follow the Bible, maybe I need to know what is in it. So I decided that I'm going to read the Bible from the beginning to the end. I no longer want to be reading it haphazardly, where I grab a verse here, I grab a verse there, I grab a chapter here, a chapter there, and just read it with absolutely no context. Not knowing who is speaking, to whom they're speaking, and what are the circumstances surrounding their conversation and the utterance of whatever verse it is that I have zoned in on. So I decided, okay, then we're going to read this. I am going to read this book from beginning to end and try to answer these questions for myself: who is talking, and who is being spoken to, and what they're talking about, that sort of thing. So 2.5 years ago, I set out on this journey, and then a few months ago, I decided to open it up on dual platforms. Now, since I started it, we have been on the tube with it, and some people have been diligently journeying with me. Sister Winsome is one of them, coming with me from Genesis chapter 1 till now. We finally are over into the New Testament. We're into the book of Matthew. Good morning, Sister Winsome. Winsome said, "I need a husband." So Winsome, I wake up from the clock alarm 3 o'clock, But yesterday I was a little bit busy. I was spending time with the kids yesterday. And, my kids are not fans of, being recorded. So, I gotta respect that. So we spend some time together without the cameras so we can chat and laugh and play games together. So yesterday I didn't get to see much of what was going on online. So when I woke up this morning at around 3, I said, you know what, let me take a peep over here, peep on TikTok, a peep on YouTube, and see what is going on in the world, listen to some news and stuff like that, and then get on. So I just finished listening to JY and Popeye and the world news and all the news that's going on in Haiti and all over the place before I decided, okay, now it's time. I can get on with the reading of the Bible. So, welcome, Sister Winsome. Thank you so much for coming. I know I should run the live on the top this morning as well. Ay ay ay. So, Sister Winsome, get your book Bible or your Google Bible, whichever one it is that you have, and let us read. And let me preface with my usual preface for those of you who are new here. I do not endorse any particular religion or denomination when I come here to read the Bible. People always say to me, "Oh, Trev, why don't you pray for understanding?" And I say to them, "Do you understand everything that you read in the Bible?" And they go, "No, I don't understand most of what I read in the Bible because some of it I don't get it." I said, "Do you pray every time when you are going to read the Bible?" And they say, "Yes, I pray for understanding." And how long have you been praying for that understanding? Say, every time I read the Bible, I'm going to read the Bible, I pray for understanding. But you just said you don't understand most of what you read in the Bible. All right, you get my point. Okay. So it would be quite hypocritical of me to be reading the Bible and claiming that I do not endorse any particular religion and then praying to someone that's over some religion before I read the Bible. Get what I'm saying? Okay. So with that, if that is what is on your mind, you pray before I start reading so you can understand, because these are not my words I'm making up. These are words out of the Bible. That's where I am reading from. All right. You Winsome send me come on anytime. Of course, Winsome. I don't have anybody to bother me, to disturb me, to make me can't sleep at night, to make me so tired, that I can't get up and do as Oh no. I don't have those unwanted luxuries. Joseph, good morning, my love. How are you doing? She really. Me no know what to win some in a Joseph. I don't know why Winsome keep telling me need somebody. I don't need a soul. Winsome not like me see me at peace. I am convinced that whenever I am at peace, Winsome is not happy. You understand? But Winsome, let me tell you, you see this peace that I have achieved. You know how long me work to achieve this peace? You know how long, Sister Winsome, I have worked to achieve this peace? Now, it would be very foolish of me to have worked this hard to achieve this much peace and then just get up and throw it away. Oh no, that will never happen again. We still got a little bit of work left to do, and what I have done already, I shall not undo. Okay, Sister Winsome? I shall not undo it, my love. Okay? So, welcome into the live, everybody. Don't forget when you come in the live. In audio, not to hit the like button. Even though I know someone like I say, me not hit the like button, yeah, man. Me not hit the like button for Trev, yeah, man, because me not do it. You know that pound on. Right, while rich, them depend their own. If you did have one, he would say, "Come on, 4:30 people still sleeping." You see what I mean? That's why me not have none, cause the man now come tell me what to do and what not to do. No, the man now come run my show. You think me could not run my show by myself and me do that the foolishness again? Make no man come in for my business, come try to run my show. I'm sorry, that will not happen. Because she said that yeah, it's something to do, you have too much. And just Really, Joseph? I don't know some not have enough time. You would be surprised to know now, Joseph. I still don't think I have enough time. I always think I need some more time. Honestly speaking, I always think I need more time. But it is what it is. It is what it is, Joe. Boy, when you can't just fix my business so good, man. Wow. I tell you, my people, you all are something else. Sister Joseph are back here. Joseph, me don't know why you're back with some of the foolishness. What's going on with that? Listen. It feels good. It feels good to have a partner. I'm in the all the way of North Carolina and in the all the way of Connecticut. Ain't that so, Joseph? That is the best thing I could ask for. That's the best thing I could ask for. I am here and you are there, Joe. Okay? We don't have to get on each other's nerves. We don't have to, yeah. We, we can do that, all of that right here online. And you be fine and I'll be fine. Don't listen to Winsome, you see, Joseph. You not listen to Winsome, you not follow Winsome. Trev, me a man, me not run a woman show and a woman not run me show. Well, Rich, you not run a woman show and a woman not run your show. Well, it's up to you, me love. It's up to you. Me know nobody not run my show. Make me one run my own messed up show. Nobody not come run this and give me no high blood pressure. Not at all. I'm sorry. But hold on there, guys. Me forget me. I gotta get my thing here to hold my phone. Cause me really not in the mood. Me not in the mood for. I'm not in the mood to get out. I just wanna. Well, Rich, win some, win some. I love you dearly. I love you dearly, my sister Winsome. Let me tell you something. Everybody choose their path in life, and whatever happens to them in their lives, they determine what they do with it. So, if misery is your forte, good luck. Misery is never my forte. I'm not into it. You know, I don't want to be miserable and I don't want to make anybody else miserable. You know, there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for everything. Life is too short to choose misery. Life is way too short. Life is too short. We are not going to choose misery over comfort. You understand? You get what I'm saying, Walrich? What you mean? What you mean by that's nonsense? No, it's not. You know, it's not. Everybody have to determine what they want to do. Everybody have to determine how how they want their life to be. You understand? You can't just get up. You can't just get up and bad things happen to you and you keep doing the same foolishness and bad things keep happening again and you keep doing the same foolishness and more bad things keep happen out of the nonsense you do. And then what? And then you call it bad luck? No, it is not bad luck. It is bad choices. Right, Overton? How are you doing, Overton Carlos and the others? CB Willis, El Elgin, Elgin Cloud, Thomas Kennedy. Oh, thank you, Overton. Same here. Give her my regards, please. I thank you, my love. I thank you, my dear. Ella and the others, welcome in to the live. You go call Modest. You know, it's a long time I not see Modest for true. Yeah, me I go check her out one of these days. Me I go check her out. When I was on my Ninja account the other day, I saw her pop up. And me I say, then how come she pop up on the Ninja account? I mean, I see her pop up on my regular account. But anyway, my Modest is my Modest. So welcome into the live, guys. Michael and Phil and everybody else in the live, welcome. Thank you all so much for coming into the live. This morning we are going to be reading from St. Matthew chapter 7 and 8. We're going to read. No, we're not calling anybody up on the screen. I'm sorry about that. We're not calling anybody on the screen. We're not doing that today, people. I'm not gonna come disturb me. You got that. All right. Them some forget on with the Bible reading. Them some forget on with the Bible reading and stop a bag of talking. All right. Therefore, you all control this part of the show. So therefore, since you all say I should get on with the Bible reading, let me get on with the Bible reading. I run my show. You don't want to tell me what to do? I could have what is. Welcome into the live, guys. Welcome. Thank you all so much for coming. For those of you who are just coming, I see some new faces. For those of you who are just coming into the live, this is the live of Trev from Trevessence Unstoppable TV. You can find me on the tube. You can find me on the talk. At this time, I'm dual streaming, so you can see me on either of those platforms at the moment. This is our early morning live where we read the good book. We are not reading it for the endorsement of any particular religion or denomination. It's totally different. This is my journey to read the good book from the beginning to the end, and I choose to read it out loud. Now, this is not with any intent to convince or convert anybody to or from any particular religion or any particular belief. This is my journey, and I choose to do it out loud. So you're gonna hear me fumble. You're gonna hear me probably misinterpret and catch myself, or maybe not. You're going to hear me fumble and stumble over the contents of this good book, just as raw and unfiltered as can be. So you're welcome to listen, and you're welcome to follow along in your book Bible, Google Bible, whichever Bible you got. What you are not welcome to do is to come here, come tell me, say, Madame to hell, may I blaspheme. Moderators, block them for me now, please. I don't have time for it, because for a religion that claims to teach so much love, I don't understand how you all exhibit so much hatred towards people who may have a different view to yours. Don't forget, guys, that your belief is what it is. Just that. Your belief. Unless what you believe can be concretely verified, remember, it is only a belief. And just like you could have been vulnerable enough to believe it, somebody else could be vulnerable enough not to believe it. Ah, okay. Um, over what I say? Not you all, but maybe some of them. Yes, yes, Overton. You know what I'm talking about, my love. You know what I'm talking about. Do you think it's right for a mate to be living separately? Oh, what you mean? Sometimes it's the best way to live separately. Yeah, you'll be surprised to know. Trev, you see where publicans in the Bible may be. Is there your party out in there? I don't get what you mean when some. I don't understand that. Alright. You believe over time I believe in that. Them to live separate places. Then how are you going to I mean get to know each other and I mean TikToker. TikToker, how are you doing? No, listen. Listen. To each his own. I have heard people say they have been um partners living apart and they think that they have lived better. We need to have partner together nor apart. So therefore, I am not I couldn't tell you. If I had a partner, I would love to live with my partner. I would love to be able to wake up with that person and we can always have each other to chat and to communicate with and to share the burden of coexisting. I probably would, but you know, let me tell you all something. In today's society, there is there are so many novelty ideas about relationships and individuals that everybody is trying to find their way. Everybody is trying to find an individual way. That is how individualized our society has become. Everybody wants their own individual everything. They want the individual pronoun, they want the individual space, they want their individual um, job. Everybody wants something that is specific to them. And that's what we have bred over the years. So I guess if you want to live by yourself and then have your partner live somewhere else, you never know. Oh, yeah. Yes, yesterday. Oh, Winsome. Now I know what you are talking about. Okay. So Winsome is asking. You see, that's why I'm like, I just love you people. Winsome, I love you, my darling. Winsome say, if you don't live, how are you going to know each other? That is true. But back to the next question you asked, Winsome, about the reading yesterday. So you say from the reading yesterday there was something about publicans. Sometimes me not even remember all what me reading. Now, to be honest with you, I would have to be more than just a genius to remember all that I read or all that I have read in the Bible. Me can't remember it all, people. Sometimes me try, but boy, it's tedious. So I depend on you all to help me sometimes remember what I have read. I'm gonna remember that, Sister Winsome, but it's quite possible. It's quite possible. Hello, Kundan. Hello, John. How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome into the live. We are going to be reading this morning from the book of St. Matthew, chapters 7 and 8. Just a little bit of a recap. Yesterday, we read from St. Matthew chapters 4, 5, and 6. And just a recap of what we have read so far. We have read how Jesus was born. There is some missing parts there. Why I say that? Because In the beginning chapters of Matthew, we read of Jesus being born and the wise men going to find him and not going back to King Herod. And then it took about 2 years for King Herod to realize the wise men never came back to him. So he ordered every child under 2 to be unalived. And then Joseph, having gone down to Egypt with Mary and the baby and stayed there, and then after the passing of King Herod, came back and found out Herod's son was in charge, and now he no longer wanted to go back to where he had left, so he ended up going to Nazareth and that part. But then there's a gap right there, because in yesterday's reading, it went on to Jesus going off with John the Baptist, seeing John the Baptist, the man in the wilderness, preaching out of the wilderness and baptizing people, and Jesus getting baptized by John the Baptist. So all of that period, we never hear how his life was down in Egypt. We never heard how old he was when he came back. We haven't heard that yet. Maybe they will say it later on. Hello, Megan. Maybe they will say it later on, but they didn't say it in the readings yesterday. But we're going to continue. But then Jesus started to preach. He got baptized and he started to preach. He started to collect his disciples. He's collecting the fishermen, and he's preaching to the people, and the people are starting to follow him. So I guess that's where his crusade started. All right. So we are going to continue. We are going to continue reading. Let us begin. Hold on. I can't find my headphone. Why does this book keep closing? This is not what we are about this morning. All right, guys. St. Matthew chapter 7. Where's the? I never go nowhere with Mary. I don't know. Josie! Joseph, you are too much. You are too much. I can't with you. Joseph say him never gone away with Mary. Him don't even know Mary. So, anywho, guys, let us get on with this reading here this morning. Matthew chapter 7. Judge not, that ye be not judged. Judge not, that ye be not judged. That's what me, I give me hard time, and I don't like nothing, give me hard time. Hard time I want, me now get. So, don't give me hard time thing. Alright, there we go. I'm not sure what that means. Why are they sending me these notifications? I have no clue what they mean. Oh my word. Give me a second here, guys. As soon as people see me on the live, no matter how early in the morning it is, they want to call me at this time of the morning. As soon as them see me on the live, that is the time they're calling me. But anyway. Let us continue. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment he judge, he shall be judged. And with what measure he met, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Yeah? So you know when they say to pick the beam out of your own eye before you try to pick it out of somebody else's? That's exactly what it means. Pick the beam out of your own eye. Find your own faults and fix them before you try to fix the faults of others. Verse 4 says, Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eyes, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. Verse 7. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asks receives, and he that seeks finds, and to him that knocks it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? When something me I talk to myself. What you say, Joe? You say who card? Card probably in the background, man. Yeah. She in the background somewhere listening. Don't worry yourself. I soon get her. Let us continue. Verse 9. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he ask for a fish, will give him a serpent? If he then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Therefore, all things whatsoever he would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in there. What? Hold on, let me read that again. Verse 13. Verse 13 of St. Matthew chapter 7. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. You know the language of the Bible, right? Okay. Thereat. Verse 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that finds it. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Wanna remember any false prophet that we have read about? Y'all remember any false prophet we have read about so far in the Bible? Okay. Me telling the story. I told y'all the story of Micaiah and Zedekiah in the Kings. I think it is in, was that First Kings 22? Something like that. Wait, let me take a look. I know it was in the Kings though, where you remember when y'all remember when King Ahaz and King Ahaz, king of Israel, and King Jehoshaphat, king of Judah. Jehoshaphat had come to Ahaz to ask him to come fight. To ask him if he didn't think it was time that they go fight with the Syrians for the country of Ramoth Gilead, which was a part of Israel historically, but had been annexed by Syria. And Jehoshaphat had come to Ahaz to ask him if he didn't think it was time for them to go fight with the Syrians to regain custody of Ramoth Gilead. And long story short, after Ahaz had called up his 400 prophets, 400 prophets, and asked them what they thought God wanted them to do. Did God want them to go fight or not? These 400 prophets said yes. God wanted them to go up and fight the Syrians at that particular time. Jehoshaphat said, me not understand how these 400 prophets, all of them, Annabella, the unstoppable one, welcome into the live, Annabella. Okay. And Jehoshaphat said, maybe you need to ask somebody else, because I don't understand how all these prophets could say yes. Nobody objected to the fight at that moment. All right, eventually they called Micaiah. We know the story of Micaiah and Ahaz. I'm not going to go over that this morning, but they ended up calling Micaiah. And Micaiah, I believe, was the only true prophet at that point, because Micaiah said that in his dream he saw the children of Israel on the mountains of Israel like sheep without a shepherd, meaning that he believed from his vision in his dream that their leader was going to be killed in battle and they were going to be left without a leader. Hezekiah didn't like that. He didn't like to hear that because it was contrary to what his desires were. He had already made himself one of those armors with horns on it, and he was ready for battle. He was ready for battle. And he claimed that God told him that they should go to fight. You ever know those people who have that ego? Their ego is so big, they just can't understand why other people would get gifts that they did not get. You know them jealous people, bad mind people? Yes, they think that they are above. They have these ideas of grandeur. They think that, it's got to be them. It has got to be them. If God was going to talk to anybody, he's going to talk to me. And how dare this Micaiah, this mendicant, coming here to claim that God talked to him? And you know what Zedekiah did? He shot Micaiah a box. Say, how could God pass by me to come to tell you? How good pass by me to come to tell you that it wasn't time for them to go to battle? And them end up putting Micaiah in prison. But long story short, when King Ahaz went up to battle, despite the fact that he had disguised himself, he was gored by one of the arrows, and he ended up dying. So from that, Micaiah got his respect. You think the other 400 prophets were false prophets? You think they were false prophets? I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were. There were others of them. We also read about. We read about the lovely Jeremiah, who conspired with Nebuchadnezzar to destroy Israel. Some people don't like to hear that. Them say, oh, Trev, Jeremiah was a great prophet. Them say, oh, Trev, Jeremiah was a great prophet and stuff. Oh, no, read what Jeremiah write. Read what Jeremiah write, and then come back and make us talk about it. If you disagree with me, we can have a conversation about it. If we can talk about the life of Jeremiah and how Jeremiah preached and told the people all these things and all this destruction and all this that was going to happen to them, so much so that the Jewish people had nothing to do with him, despite the fact that he was a Jew and he was a prophet. Some people respected him as a prophet, but most people had no respect for him because he never had anything good to say about them. He never had anything good to prophesy for them, and they found that to be quite abhorrent. And also, after Nebuchadnezzar destroyed Israel, Nebuchadnezzar had rewarded him with gifts, lots and lots and lots of gifts. And with that, I have concluded, based on the reputation of Nebuchadnezzar in the scriptures and how he how unkind he was, and he doesn't give anything without having gotten something. I find it very weird that he would have given Jeremiah all the gifts that he gave Jeremiah after he conquered Israel. I find it very weird. I don't think Nebuchadnezzar would have given Jeremiah all these gifts just because. No, it wasn't just because. Nebuchadnezzar never loved anybody that was a Jew. So it's he didn't give Jeremiah all these gifts just because, oh, I really don't like the Jewish people, but Jeremiah, I like him. No. Nebuchadnezzar didn't do that. He gave Jeremiah those gifts because Jeremiah helped him to conquer Israel. But let us continue. Let us continue. Because I was talking about if you all have come across any false prophets as we have been reading. But let us continue. We are on to the book of St. Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 16. He shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. I'm going to read again from verse 18. Okay? A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, he that works iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Hello, Michael. Good morning. Good morning, Daryl. Thank you for the loves and the likes, Joseph and others. I appreciate it. Winsome says, yes, Winsome said, they tell okay, so when somebody's talking, I'm sorry I didn't see this before. So when somebody's talking about what we were talking about earlier about the false prophets, she says that they tell the people a lot of lies. Only one was right. Exactly, when some of that 400 of those 400 prophets, well, 401 prophets, only one was right. So imagine that. How are we to be able to sift through TikTok sick? You know something that look for you. How are you doing? Happy Monday morning to you, TikTok sick. How are you doing? Yeah. How are we supposed to sift through and know which prophets are real and which are not? Me no dash you away no TikTok sick, you dash me away. Because I am here every day. Every single day I am on live. Sometimes I'm on live more than other times, but I do a live at least once a day. At least once a day every day, and I'll see you. I don't know where you are. If I don't do any more live for the day, I do the Bible reading. I don't know where you are. You'll be gone with your toxic self. Yeah, so you must say, yes, me I read on truth while me I read the Bible. Tick toxic. Yeah, so at the same time, Kaizen I come in and call me pastor. Then Kaizen, good morning, Kaizen. Happy Monday to you, my love. How are you doing? How are you doing? Well, I don't really rub me good this morning, huh? My word, my word. The love is real, guys. The love is real. We are going to move forward into the reading of Matthew chapter 8. All right, so we just heard the lessons that Jesus was teaching the people, because remember, after John baptized him, he started his preaching. And you know what, guys? In the Old Testament, we never read that they were doing baptisms, did we? Oh, I get a finger heart. Thank you so much, TikTok. You don't know what these things mean. TikTok sent me one message this morning. Said I have 1 cent. Is I'm sending all these gifts where people them give me a 1 cent. Me have. Listen, me not understand them something else. So me just me not understand these things. But I appreciate it. When we go past somebody live next time, me give them the 1 cent and we keep moving. That's right. I, that's all I know. I don't know. Then tell me say me have 1 cent and I may have call. So what is not this, Jesus? Oh, welcome into the live, guys. So those of you who are just coming, welcome into the live of Trev from Trevessence. Roll on in, guys. We are going to start now the reading. Art you win some. Yeah, Jeremiah was another one. He was very deceptive yes. He was a deceptive one. And I don't understand how I read the Bible and all these other people read the same Bible. And I come away and see that, and them come away and tell me say Jeremiah was this great and honorable person. Me no know. Me no know. But I mean, my conclusion didn't come from myself, because I don't know Jeremiah and I don't have no reason to have anything against him. My conclusion came from the contents of what he wrote. But anyway, we are going to continue. with the reading. St. Matthew chapter 8. I still need to find what what the pastor say. You hear what Mr. K said? You hear what I say, right? Okay. It is true. It is true. Because I have read the book of Jeremiah at least twice and me come up with the same conclusion. I come up with the same conclusion that he was very deceptive, and no wonder the people around at that time had such despise for him, because he was they couldn't trust him, and for good reason. And it's written right there, but people skip over it. I guess people always quote that Jeremiah says, "Oh, I know you from before you were formed in your mother's womb." Like anybody could have said that. Jeremiah said, God said, "I know you from before you were formed in your mother's womb," and I don't know how that qualify him as being the great prophet when he has lied so blatantly to the people in the name of God, and orchestrated their destruction in the name of God. And then he gets all this praise. Like, seriously, are people trying to deliberately avoid Jeremiah's contribution to the destruction of Israel? I don't know. But we're gonna you know what I mean when I tell you all something. Reading this Bible is absolute fun. Let me tell you, I have no regrets about having started to read this Bible. No regrets at all. But we're gonna continue reading. Let us read. Winsome, get your hello Sharon, how are you doing? Winsome, we're moving on to St. Matthew chapter 8. St. Matthew chapter 8, lovely people. Jesus is continuing to teach the people, and Jesus is continuing to do his version of teaching. So I guess now he is the new prophet. I never seen the Old Testament where they was doing any baptizing. I never read anything in there about the baptizing. So I'm not sure when that ritual started, because I hadn't read anything about it in the Old Testament. So that looks like something I'm going to delve in a little bit more. I'm going to try to find some additional literature on, as to, how did John the Baptist, what was the genesis for that ritual? Because I didn't see Moses doing that. I haven't seen it. I haven't read anything about anybody being baptized in the Old Testament. Here is the first time that I'm seeing this baptism. You agree with me? Well, you know, if you agree with me, so I don't even need to ask, That's that sort of rhetorical that I'm asking. I'm asking if you all agree with me. But we're gonna continue. Good morning, Donna, Anita, Sharon, Denise, Specialist, and everybody else. Welcome. All right, let us continue. St. Matthew chapter 8. When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Kim is in the place. Good morning, Kim. How are you doing? Somebody says, I am the vision. All right, Kz Sam gone to the hostel. See you later. Okay, my love, you be safe now. I mean, those streets out there are acting up. So be safe, my love. Okay? Verse 4. And Jesus said unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. What kind of gift that? What kind of gift that Moses commanded? Okay. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home, sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. Okay. I'm kind of thinking about when Jesus says, I have not found such great faith, not in Israel. The faith he's talking about is the kind of faith that was just exhibited by the centurion. This is what I believe, according to what is written here, according to the context. The centurion says he is the boss. You know, he has all these people working under him, where when he says to somebody, go do this or go there, they go. And when he says come, they come. Whatever in orders he gives them, they follow it. And Jesus responded to that and said to them that followed him, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. That in my interpretation means Jesus is saying, I have not found anybody in Israel who has been so faithful that if I say go, they go. And if I say come, they come and do whatever I say they should do. That's what I understand from right here based on the context. Let's continue. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Let me read that again. Latanya Stewart, Wisha. Okay, let me read that again. Let's read this again. Verse 11, and I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. They shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Verse 13. And Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the self same hour. And when Jesus was coming to Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. Oh, so was the centurion? Hold on, let's read that again. Was the centurion Peter? Okay, let's read that again. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. And when Jesus was come into different thought. And when Jesus was coming to Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. When the evening was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now, this Isaiah that they're talking about in the New Testament is actually Isaiah in the Old Testament. Okay? Verse 18. Now, when Jesus saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. He said, I'm coming, wait for me, I gotta go bury my father. But Jesus said unto him, follow me, and let the dead bury the dead. You see how contextually we are understanding all these little terms and verbs and verses that are used in our day-to-day interactions with each other, and we find that the meanings are not the same as was meant when they were originally said in the Bible. Look on this. It said, let the dead bury the dead. You see the context in which this was said? The disciple said to Jesus, he's coming to follow him, but he must hold on, wait a little bit, make him go bury his father. But Jesus said unto him, follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. Who was he referring to as dead? Was it the people who were not following him? Because the Bible talks in parables and figurative speech all the time. So when he said let the dead bury their dead, I think he meant the people who were not inclined to follow him. So if they were not going to come follow him, they're going to be left behind, so they can always bury the dead. I think that's what he was talking about. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the dead bury their dead. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he said unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side, into the country of the Gergesenes, let me mark that. There he met two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no man might pass by the way. Really? So he met two possessed with devils coming out of the tombs. Were those two ghosts? Or were those two people who had gone to entreat the ghosts? I'm not sure. But in any case, it said it was two possessed with devils coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them a herd of many swine feeding. Verse 31. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swines. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. Verse 34. And this is the last verse of chapter 8. This is the last verse of this morning's reading. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. Here ends the reading. Here ends the reading of St. Matthew chapter 8. And this is where we end the scripture reading for this morning. Well, when some say, it may not finish. When some say she know that long time. Enough for you, win some. Is not for the the reading is not for the people who already read the Bible and know it and claim to know it. The reading is for those of us who have never read it. So we are reading it and getting the context of what we are reading. Ain't that fair? Fair enough. You say I'm not finished 7 with 7. Me not finish chapter 7. Of course we finished chapter 7. Where were you, Sister Winsome? Yeah, I did finish reading chapter 7 to move on to chapter 8. But anyway, that is where we are going to end the reading and the live for this morning, guys. I want to say thanks to everybody who was coming to the live. Thanks to everybody who stayed. For those of you who commented, my friend TikToksic, thank you. Joseph, thank you. And Kaizen and Winsome and Walrich and everybody else who was here. Lit Blue, welcome. Thank you for the likes. I sincerely appreciate you. Those of you who are just coming, maybe you are just discovering my channel, just discovering my lives. I appreciate you. Just know that we gather here every morning, just about. Yes, Winsome, I'm reading tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I will be reading chapters 9. I'll be reading chapters 9 and 10. I might read, yeah, just the two. 9 is long and 10 10 is long. So 9 and 10 for the morning would be good. Yes, tomorrow morning I'll read chapters 9 and 10 and we will move on from there. Yes, I gotta stay focused and read this every morning. This one is rather interesting as we read about the actions of Jesus. There are some missing pieces we have discovered because I did not see any documentation about what happened with Jesus while he was growing up in Egypt. I know what happened there, or did he only get that divine authority after he was baptized by John the Baptist? I am not sure, but in any event, his divine authority, it seemed, was bestowed upon him after that, that activity. After he got baptized by John the Baptist, that's when he started preaching and performing all these miracles that he was said to have been performing. So when we come back tomorrow, we will continue the reading, and that should help us to get some additional clarification as to what was going on. I hope somewhere in the New Testament we can find out, what happened during the early years of Jesus's life. We might find it and we might not. If we don't find it in the New Testament, we will have to go search for some additional literature, because we know that some parts of the Bible are missing. The whole story, the story is not complete, if you know what I mean. There are some gaps. There are some gaps in the story. So we're going to try to find those gaps, the missing pieces. We might be fortunate and we might not be, but we're going to try. We're going to try either way to find those missing pieces. All right. So guys, with that, I'm going to hop off. It's 6 o'clock. I got to get cracking. And we will talk tomorrow morning. Maybe later on today I might come back live. Maybe. Not so sure. I might, but maybe. If I come back, I'll be happy to see you all rolling by. If not, I definitely will see you all in the morning. All right, guys. So thanks again to everybody who came in. Thanks to those of you who commented or hit the like button. I appreciate you. Those of you who are new followers, I thank you all so much. Verona, how are you doing? Good morning. Happy Monday morning to you, my love. And to everybody else who came in and stopped by for a little, I sincerely appreciate y'all. All right, Sister Winsome, that's going to be it from me for right now, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you all later. See you later, Winsome.